Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be switching out those old Fenders. So you can see, if I go to the ground, we have our new ones. If you're looking for part numbers or information, bam. This is everything you need to know about these Fenders if you want to try and find the exact same ones. They're just some metal ones. They come with the LEDs still, so you still get to keep your marker light. Next, we're going to do the fronts. So if you're at your front, and you look at the rim along the edge of it, you're gonna see these little rivets. And you can see that I've already punched the hole out of one of these. But what you have to do is you'll see there's a little bit of a rim on the inside. You wanna line this hook pick or small screwdriver right up at the center, and you just wanna, once you've popped the centers out of all of them, all you do is you take your screwdriver, slide it inside so it's still like that, and then wiggle it like this, and pull those out. Do it to all of them. When it comes to the light bulb on the marker, what you should do, so go underneath. I'm gonna move my hand out of the way and try and come in at an angle. But you're gonna grab it, turn it, slide it out. Now you're gonna see that there is a ducktail right here. You can press that and pull the bulb out. While you're in this space, tool in here, and get her out like that. After you get it out, now this will be a little bit looser, which is good. Now we want to go into the wheel well, and you're going to see a bunch of 10 mils we're going to remove. Grab your 10 mil driver like so. There's going to be a screw, which is, might not be able to see 100%, but there's a screw here, a screw here, a screw right there, a screw right there, and a screw right there. Take out all 5 of those. The last remaining one is right here. After you take that off, just like the back, pull out towards you and lift, and this should come right off. When you're taking this part off, it's actually quite easy. Once your inner is off, there's actually no bolts on the back ones. You have to literally grab it and pull towards you. So grab like this and then flip up. See? You literally pull towards you and lift. Get it to about midway, go to the back, do the same. There you go. You'll notice you have one more Christmas tree popper here. You can either try and push it through from the other side, pull it out, just don't put too much strain on this wiring harness, so just try to push it out from the other side. When you have the tool like so, you literally bend this out a little bit and slip it in. Once you slip it in, just goes right in there and you pop it. And you'll see, like I said, there is your clip. When you slide it in, I'm trying to see if I can show you. You'll see there's light in between. As soon as I squeeze this clip with this, see, it just squeezes it so you can get it out. So do that to all of them. You're gonna have a bunch of them on there. Clean up everything and let's get ready for reassembly. If you're going to be reusing your Fender flares, go in here and pop all the Christmas tree poppers, connecting it to the hard plastic piece right there. Now that this piece is separated, put it aside for now. Next thing you're gonna want is, you're gonna want your new flare. And on top of that, in your kit, you should have 8 bolts for the front and 8 nuts. Now, it's up to you if you want to use Loctite or if you want to use a spring washer. These do have some nice grooved nuts, so they should help hold. Again, it's up to you, user discretion. Either Loctite, maybe put a spring washer on the back, whatever you want to do. All I know is if you put a spring washer on the back, it'll be pretty psychotic for trying to get it in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up here, and then you're just going to slide in the bolt over here, loosely put the bolt on, or the nut on, and you're gonna go over there and do the same thing just on the 2 bottom ones and rest it on here. Once you've lightly put those in, then you're gonna go around and get them through all the holes. Don't tighten any of them down until you get them all through the holes, because it's gonna pretty much, it might try to stretch fit over it depending on the ones that you bought. And if you start cranking them down, it's not gonna line up the holes and it might look really goofy when you're done. When you're looking at this piece, if you want to, there's a speed clip right here. Unless yours comes with a new one, you can always reuse it if you want. Again, This just gives it more rigidity, but you're gonna remove this and we're gonna put it on the new one. Yours might have a spot like this, or it might have an actual sliding rail on your new one. Now mine is lightly put on here. So if you take a look here, what I can do is I'm gonna feed this on and then I'll push it into here. So you just clip it on and slide it over. You can also lift it a little bit if your screws are loose enough, but I'll leave it up to you. Basically all you're gonna do is slide it over here and put that bolt back in if you wanna keep that. Once you get all the screws loosely in, all you're gonna do is first put your box wrench. This is a 12mm box wrench, and I didn't use their Allen key that came with it. I just found it to be way too crappy. This is a 5mm Allen key. And I'm just gonna put this on the back and I'm gonna snug these up. I'm not gonna completely tighten them yet. Once you snug all these up, then you're gonna go tighten this one and tighten it all the way along. It's got a pigtail harness right here. You can squeeze the ducktail on the top. Now when you're soldering this or butt connecting it, don't cut it right at the connector. Go a little bit up here and cut it up here. Reason why is then it's reversible if you ever want to reverse back. So green, white goes to red, black goes to black. As you can see, I've heat shrinked and I've put it on there. Next thing I'm going to do is just put this back across the joints, and then I'm gonna throw a little bit of tape on there just to give it some strength, and I'm gonna like tie it up here, and then I have that other end because I disconnected it. I'm just gonna drop it down there and plug it in, and I'll zap strap it up here. Perfect. So this side is basically done. If you want to do that fender, I'll quickly show you how to do that. One last thing that some people suggest, and again, this is up to you, is if you mask off in here and you take this off after masking this with tape, now that you know your line of where it's gonna sit, you can spray paint it black, so that way all this green is black. So if you reuse your fender flares, any gap where there's the color of your Jeep, if it's anything but black, it'll be hidden. So the first part you're gonna wanna trim is this piece. As you can see, I did that on this side. So all you do is follow that line that you have there. Basically, you're just cutting out this entire corner. Now, how I did it is I literally just took a sharp pair of scissors and I came up through here. You can use a piece of masking tape, so it's the same on both sides, but come up through here and then round the corner. Just like that, that gets rid of this part that went into the old flare. Next thing I did is I started at the very tail end here, went all the way up to the very top here, and lined it up with this edge. And I literally just line this up. I'm gonna straighten this tape out, but literally all I'm gonna do is go from here to right here, and I'm gonna trim that inner fender well. Now, if you're wondering why on the heck would I wanna keep that? Well, if you don't have louvers, what can happen is it's actually part of the cooling system of the vehicle. So if it's not in there, you could actually end up overheating. So you could try running without them. I know a lot of people that do run without them. But if you're going hard with your vehicle and you're noticing, hey, my temperatures are a little bit higher than what I'd like, then you might want to cut and alter these and put them back in. So if you're not going to be driving your Jeep too hard, or if you're putting a hood louver on, you could try it without. Completely up to you, but if you want to try this, you can either do this with a Dremel or a sharp pair of scissors and try it out. So I just fished it up and into here, if you're wondering where I did my wiring harness. Now for in here, when you go to bolt on, if you're doing your fender flares, just remember that you'll probably want to have big, they're actually called fender washers. They're about this big, and they'll hold the plastic piece on, because you'll notice that the bolts went right through the plastic before, so the holes are bigger than the bolts, which are those big round holes right here. So if you are going to be bolting these on using these holes, just make sure that you have some fender washers handy. So I do suggest, if you are going to leave this open, just to get some bed liner and shoot the exposed paint if you'd like, just the edges, so that way it's there. And also make sure you do that with the rear, and that just coats it so that way if you hit any rocks and ding things up, then it's not gonna rust or anything like that. So this is what it looks like if you don't do the rears. I thought I'd show you, because I know some people like to say, oh, I'll just do the fronts. As you can see, it looks really, really off. Well, there you go. That's a look at how to install them. I hope that helped you out. Thanks again for watching. Press like if it did, subscribe for more. All in all, install, not so bad. Probably take you an evening or so.